topic.
Sure.
Most popular home updates during the pandemic. I'll go ahead and open up this article.
Yeah.
I usually get most of our articles from the National Association
Yeah.
of Realtors. They just seem like a pretty reputable source that we can pull articles from.
Sure.
So this article talks about 58% annual increase in project leads for home professionals in the month of June, right? So things that people are improving, they're improving their patios, they're improving their pools, they're installing fences. Installation and repairs jumped 166% for fences. That seems like a lot. So I guess people are scared, so they're just putting in fences in their houses now. I don't know.
Interesting.
Kitchens, they're redoing their kitchens. Kitchens, to me, that seems like a really good place to spend a lot of money because, like, I like cooking. So, you know, that's like, I enjoy what I eat. So I think putting money into the kitchen is, like, important to me.
Right.
Bathrooms, I guess if you have a disgusting bathroom or if you want to do a half bath or something, I guess that's where that's coming from. And home gyms. Home gyms is a big one for the pandemic.
Definitely. I understand that for sure.
Yeah, you want
So
talk about
on the gym thing, honestly, I'm still going to the gym, and I am like I'm not with the mask thing. You know, I'm not. You know, I don't necessarily agree with that situation. Like, you know, I'm a healthy guy anyway, so like, the whole mask situation for me is just a personal belief. Like, it's not a big deal if you believe in the mask and you want to wear the mask. That's on you. Like, that's something that's okay. Anyway, let's see. The gym thing is definitely something that I would enjoy myself. You know, it would be pretty economical as well. I think, you know, setting that up in a space.
Yeah. So actually, one of my friends here in Blacksburg, his dad went to the gym a lot. I think he was going to, I want to say he was going to Planet Fitness. And when the pandemic hit, he like wasn't leaving because he's like a professor at Tech.
Yeah.
So if he gets sick, you know, that was back when Tech was still in session and they hadn't closed yet. So what he did was he like built his own home gym, right? So he's got like a bench press and dumbbells and everything. He's got like the whole nine.
Yeah.
And he actually enjoys that better because he's saving money on gas. He doesn't have to spend the time to go to the gym. Basically, in his eyes, he was saving time when it comes to working out.
Yeah.
Because he has to pull his car out of the garage and then set it all up. And in his mind, he was like, well, I was already going to spend time to drive to the gym anyways, so that time pulling the car out, you know, is like spent building the gym instead of driving.
Yeah.
But he's saving money because he's not having to drive or pay for
and
gym
you don't have
membership.
to risk being around people. You know?
That too, yeah.
I mean, that's the big thing is you've got everything you need to stay healthy, you know, stay fit, and you're not going to put yourself in a spot that you don't want to do something that you don't believe in or you know, have to be around people at all. So
The pools, you put a note on like the pros and cons. So to me, a pool has always been a pro. I've always wanted a pool at my house. I've lived in 3 different houses, never had a pool.
yeah.
So what's the pros and cons to owning a pool?
Well, obviously the pros of it is just you got a pool.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
right.
that, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the cons of it are the maintenance, and when you have a luxury item like a pool, then you've got to pay for that luxury item. You got to pay for the maintenance. You got to pay for the water heating. I mean, the expenses of running your household go up. You know, so that's, you know, some people don't enjoy that. You know, they don't enjoy that. But now that you can't go to Myrtle Beach, you know, or now that you're like hesitant to travel, now you really appreciate that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interested to see what kind of pool you could build for $10,000. Like, could you get a pool built with any significance for $10,000?
I don't know.
I think it's
let me
gonna be
look up
more
and
than
see what
that.
the price
like
of
an in-ground pool. I'm talking about a nice in-ground pool. Could you do that for $10,000? I would be very interested in if you could or not.
Oh, nope. So here's what I just pulled up. So average cost to install an in-ground pool is $35,000.
Yeah.
I guess that's like an average, spending between $28,000 and $55,000. So I
Yeah.
guess if you built a pool like this one, that's probably the $55,000 pool.
Yeah. Because look at all the stonework.
All the stones, and it's a odd shape.
You can get a hot tub for $10,000.
You got a slide. Well, see, that's what I was thinking. I think a hot tub here would make more sense than having a pool. Like if I lived in Florida, I'd rather have a pool.
Yeah.
Right. But if I live here, there's winter times and it's snowing. I'd rather have a hot tub.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah, definitely cheaper.
So, yeah, that's pretty. I like that though. That's a really cool pool.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that stonework is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
But so let's just the $10,000 budget thing. I think for me, if I was trying to make more accommodations for leaving my house less, it would be investing in the home office space, which I did. I got the at work home workstation or alt work workstation. It was like $6,000, and that thing is awesome. It's got the the big curved monitor on it. I can like lean back and prop my feet up. Like it's pretty awesome. And then obviously people are really thinking food storage.
Yeah.
Food storage, like I'm gonna get home deliveries of groceries, or I'm gonna be buying in bulk from Amazon, and I need a place to put all this. I think that's a very practical thing to do if you're looking to invest in your home, is find ways to create more food storage. I think that'd be number one.
Yeah, like for me at like my house, we have a freezer in our basement.
Yeah.
Right, and then every year we order like a quarter of a cow.
Yeah.
And I'm living in a family of 5.
Right.
That feeds us for a year.
Wow.
Right, so we're saving, because like meat's expensive when you go to the store.
Yeah.
But if you buy it in bulk and keep it in the freezer, you're saving money. So like for me personally, $10,000 would be spent on a kitchen, because not only is it going to save you money and time in a pandemic, because you can't go out and eat at a restaurant or whatever. It's just gonna continue for the rest of your life to cut down on costs when you go to eat out, or when you're trying to eat, right? Because, I mean, that to me just makes sense, because like coming from like a business mind, I'm like always thinking about ways to like cut back on spending and save money, and I'm like, if I invest in a kitchen, then I'm not spending like $10 on a meal at like McAllister's or something.
I'm actually a subscriber to Butcher Box, and I can I get a monthly box of prime cut meat. I get to choose from seven different selections of meat. Beef, steak, chicken, seafood, pork, like all that stuff. I just got lobster in the other day.
Oh wow!
I got like 10 packs of bacon in one of the boxes, and so I got bacon for days, months really.
Yeah.
So
totally random. Do you know where the lobster came from?
I don't. I think it was Maine.
Oh wow.
I think it was Maine. Yeah.
So they put a lot of money into the way they ship those things.
Yeah, definitely. It was the dry ice was on each, top bottom sides.
Okay.
And it got to me in 2 days, so it was still like below freezing.
Yeah, I have to look into that, because like I was born in Wilmington, which is the beach. So like I grew up on like good seafood. Yeah. Right. So but like ever since I moved to like upstate New York, and here we were like really far away from the beach, so finding good seafood is like kind of hard.
Definitely.
So I have to look into that.
Yeah, Butcher Box was legit.
Butcher Box.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So food storage was my number. Food storage investment in your home is definitely my pick for pandemic prepping, prepping type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So when you do all these like renovations to your homes, like what's like the overall benefit to that, like for a person that wants to do this to their home?
Yeah, so real estate is not always about what I'm going to do to get a return. Okay, so like people come to me and they talk to me a lot about, do you think this is valuable for me to do to my home? And typically my question is, well, would you enjoy it? And if the answer is, yeah, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And I tell them that if that's what you want to do to be happy, unless you're doing it to sell it, it's not something to be focused on, like to increase the value of the house. Like you want to enjoy the space that you're in, number one. Now, if it equals it being nice to the next buyer and they will pay you more for it, bonus. That's a bonus. So like real estate, your house does not have to function as like you always thinking about the exit. Okay, the exit of you not living in that home anymore doesn't really have to be a primary focus when it comes to you doing the things you want to do in your home. So I wouldn't get wrapped up in that. As long as you're not like, if you wanted to paint a room pink and that made you happy, as long as you knew that when I came back, I was going to maybe, advise you into doing something more in today's trend when you do go to sell it. So like, you need to be open to changing it back if it's a detriment to you. But if it's something that you want and you're going to enjoy and you're going to get fulfillment out of, I'm fully encouraging of you doing that.
Yeah. I also think that comes back to like almost like a psychological thing, because if you're passionate about something, that shows in like whatever you do.
Yeah.
So like if you're like super passionate about something you're changing in your home, that's going to show. And like whenever you go and like if you want to sell your home, they're going to be like, oh wow, they put a lot of time into that home gym.
Yeah.
It's going to look really nice.
Well,
that could be the key selling point too.
Here's the thing, is I've had a lot of experience with homeowners that simply just have bad taste.
Okay.
And it's not like I feel for them. Mm-hmm. I've had to make decisions for a homeowner that I knew was the right thing, and I knew that it was my fiduciary obligation to do, that they had major issues with because that wasn't their taste, and they thought it was a detriment to them, but it actually made the home better and it actually allowed the home to sell.
Yeah.
So like if it wasn't for my decision making in that regard, that home would still be devaluing itself and probably still available for sale.
So always get like, if you were to do anything, I guess you should always get like multiple opinions from people.
You should, but don't think that we're the ultimate authority on what makes you happy. Just be willing to make adjustments based on research. When I come in and I don't like something, it's not because I don't like it, it's because research says this is not the thing right now.
Yeah.
So like I'm using that language with them to influence them into better choices. But they've got to be open to my suggestion for them to get the results,
So should someone be going and asking like friends and family about a certain renovation?
I would say you're your own North Star. Like you can ask opinions, but if that opinion doesn't concur with what's in your heart or in your mind or in your gut that you want, do what you want to do. But at the end, when you do plan to exit, when you are planning to exit, and you're hiring a professional to give you advice and help you sell the property, you need to be open to their suggestions on the critical changes necessary to sell the house. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the most common change you ask of people?
Well, if it's a taste issue, like if they painted something, if they got some crazy wallpaper or like, I just refer back to this one house that had this ugly drapery and like window treatments and like red flooring and it was a disaster. Yeah. And I had to come in and I had to be like, we did it your way. You heard what I said at the beginning. We're getting no results. We've had to reduce the price 2 times. I need you to listen and let me lead this situation. Let me make these decisions for you on what I know to be trendy, and we will get results. And that's exactly what happened. So paint colors is number 1. Yeah.
I actually read an article about paint colors the other day. Apparently they're changing because right now they're, when I say changing, like the trend apparently is changing.
Yeah.
Because like right now it's more, I see a lot of like mute blues and greens and almost yellows sometimes and grays.
Yeah.
And now they're saying that people are painting their homes in a more lively color. I don't remember where the article
Honestly,
is. I'm not going to be able to find it again.
The yellow is the bottom of the trend list.
I would never
do not paint any wall or anything in your home yellow at this point. Nobody is on yellow. Because
it looks like white that's gotten old.
Exactly. Yeah, it's dingy. It's just the sign of dirt in my mind. Like it's the sign of uncleanliness. Yellow. Yeah.
So like when I lived in North Carolina, I remember my parents painting our living room this like more mute-ish yellow, but we live near the beach, so it made more sense there. But like whenever I go back and look at it, I'm like, why would you ever paint it that color? It looks so bad.
Yeah.
But I guess it also depends on where you live, because certain colors I think do better in different areas.
Sure.
And at the beach, you're going to have to repaint every few years anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, we weren't like right on the beach. We were more in like a suburban area, but like we were like 15 minutes from the beach.
was gonna say, because like the
yeah.
salt air just ruins paint, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So those people out there, I think, are now painting their stuff in like some kind of like Behr makes some kind of special paint for them, like for that holds up well in different kinds of weather. So I think I'm not a paint expert, but I'm just pretty sure that's what they use is some kind of Behr product now.
So the paint coloring of the house is the number one. You know, if I've got to bring anything up, it's the paint.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think asking a local realtor is a smart idea too, because you see all the homes in the area.
Yeah,
so
and
you
we know.
what's
I
trending.
mean, if you're a top producer, you're seeing what's selling and what's not. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got inventory of what's selling and what's not myself. So I know what's struggling and what's flying.